So, how are you going to be able to become more successful in this coming year?
So, how are you going to be able to become more successful in this coming years?
Well, you might have heard that in order to accomplish goals, you should make sure that your goals are measurable and that they have a time limit. Well, maybe. But what is it that really is most important to our lives? Well, it is actually that which is not measurable.
Well, you might have heard that in order to accomplish growth, you should make sure that your goals are measurable and then they have a time limit. Well, maybe, but what is that really is most important to our life? Well, it's actually that which not measurable.
The feeling of love, the feeling that we are accomplishing something, that we have a purpose, etc. We can't measure that, but that's really what counts.
Feeling about the feeling that we are accomplishing something that we haven't possible. We can measure that, but that's when it won't count.
The But even if we have good goals, measurable goals, why is it that most people will never accomplish them? Why is it that most people will not be able to do what it takes to reach those goals? Because it's all about psychology. When the challenge gets greater and greater, the pressure becomes greater and greater. Stress, fears, and then things don't go well.
But even if we have good goal, measurable goals, why is the most people will never accomplish? Why isn't that most people would not be able to do what it takes to reach those goals? Because it's all about psychology. When the challenge gets greater and greater, the rush will become greater stress, fears, and that thing don't go well.
And then it becomes too much and people back off. Or people don't even set big goals in the first place because they know or they believe, I can never accomplish that. So we have so much resistance within us. We have not developed these skills. And that is what I'm going to teach you in this upcoming workshop.
And then it become too much, and people, but of all people, don't even set big goals in the first place because they know they believe accomplish that we have so much resistance waiting once we have not developed a skill. That's what I am going to teach you in this upcoming workshop.
And And that is why it will become so valuable for all areas of life to set you free so that you can become more creative, more productive. You can take on greater challenges with less stress. You're not going to experience that stress.
That's why would become so valuable for all areas of life to set you free so that you can recover and one will tell you you can take on many challenges with less stress. You are not going to experience that stress.
And but you have still a lot of things going on ever since childhood because we all become conditioned to live our lives according to patterns, beliefs of what we can or cannot do, the fears that we have. They're all ingrained. And this is what I'm going to.
But you still a lot of things going on since childhood because we are become conditioned to live our lives according to patterns, beliefs, some what we cannot do, fears what that we have, they are all in green. And this is what I'm going to help you.
To release those fears, to help you understand yourself even better so you come alive, you become a greater version of yourself, and that is going to absolutely lead to greater success, greater feelings of fulfillment, greater feelings that you are on purpose. You have greater clarity of who you are. You're much greater than you realize today.
To release those fears, to help you understand yourself even better, you come alive, you become a greater version of yourself, but that is going to absolutely greater, successful, feel better, feeling any more on purpose. Who you are much greater than you would realize today.
In this workshop. So go here in this workshop. So go here below and register, and I'll see you there. It's going to be
About
so much
this
fun.
workshop, so go here below and register and I see you there. This workshop gonna be so much fun.